for me, I was pretty young when Tupac was out and
Hmm.
and when he was alive and promoting his music, but I still remember the music, and I still remember like being in dance class dancing to it, and I remember listening to it on the radio, and I remember being proud that I was living in California and there was this amazing artist that was representing the West Coast. And then as I got older and I started to do some research on him, I was like, wow, this guy is like so profound,
Yeah.
and so different than just rappers. I mean, I wish more rappers today talked about more issues. And maybe that's why I like old school hip hop, is because it actually had a message to
Hmm.
it, and there was such poetry, and the Rakims and the Commons of the world were really taking everything that they put down and making sure that it made sense and had meaning, and you could listen to it in 20 years from now and know exactly what was happening at the time.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like a lot of rap, not hip hop, nowadays is just not that everything has to be super politically conscious or
Right.
socially conscious, but I think that's why Tupac meant so much to so many people, is that he was talking about not just what was going on in the hood, but he was talking about what was happening in politics. In his interviews, he would challenge different standards of the
Social
church,
issues.
social issues,
Yeah.
drugs and gangs, and he would talk about things
Hmm.
and things that were kind of taboo to talk about. And I really love that about him. And I think that if more artists, I mean, you have great artists today like Kendrick Lamar who
Yeah, absolutely.
who actually take that responsibility and do that, and the Chance the Rappers and people that are trying to elevate the consciousness of the industry
Hmm.
and the world. But there are still, I think, they're outnumbered by so many other artists that maybe don't care, or think that it's just easier to go this route if I just talk about guns, or if I just talk about sex more, if I just talk about big booties and
Catchy hooks.
blings and whatever
That's
that
about
no
it.
one really has. Like, we don't have a bunch of bling, and we don't have all these cars, and maybe that it's not so relatable as what the kitsch is, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
So I've back to Tupac, now being older and looking at him, I'm just like, okay, now I'm even more excited to be a part of this movie, because it does show that, and it does show his mom, who was a Black Panther, and it does show all these different things of his trials and his tribulations. It's really a great film.